I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo has become interesting all of a sudden, man.
Yes.
I think he's changed. And I'm not going to say how yet. I want to. What's your impression? I think this is Jimmy 2.0. What do you see from him?
We talked about it on when you jumped on my show. He's angry. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm tired of the whole, throw a pick, get to the sideline. Yeah, whatever. No, be upset. You're a guy. So when you listen to his press conference, I'm here to do what I do, and that's win games. That's him telling you, how dare you try to replace me? How dare you try to get rid of somebody who's won 25, 26, whatever, how many games it is. Good. Be upset. I don't want you to sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to mentor Trey along and I'm just going to get out of the way. No. And when he said,
I'm here to win.
Right. When he said, hopefully I play well enough to wreck their plans. Good. Chaos. That's what we want. Where's the chaos? And that's what so Jimmy is the master of saying a whole lot of nothing in these press conferences. A whole lot of nothing. It answers the question, but you said nothing. For me, the body language and certain things that he repeated were more telling than those generic PR rehearsed answers that he was giving the entire time.
I actually feel like for the first time in his life, he has something to say. Like I actually think he had things to say in that interview a couple of days ago. He kept saying, I'm going to do what I do, which is win games. I've never heard him talk like that before. For 4 years, all I heard him say was, man, that defense is really well coached. They fly around. They're fast. We're just here with the guys. We really like it. He just said the same nothing for 4 years. And it was like, I almost tuned him out. Like, dude, stop. You're the most boring person in the world. You have nothing to say about anything. And I feel like I kind of held that against him. Now all of a sudden he has stuff to say. He has a perspective. He has a voice. He's a totally different person. He's all of a sudden extremely interesting. Extremely interesting.
This quarterback situation is not just going to be the talk of 49ers world. This is the talk of the NFL world. And that's it. And Jimmy understands exactly what's going on. Jimmy understands that him playing well is him being able to continue to be a starting quarterback in this league, which has immense value. He understands everything in front of him. He seems like a guy who wants to play angry. Good. Don't be happy about that. Good. Everyone wanted this to spark your competitive juices. It sparked Tom Brady's. Are you like Brady in that way? Because when they drafted Jimmy Garoppolo, he was upset. And what did he do? There was whispers about his contract, whispers about his decline. What did he do? He went out there and he worked harder than he ever worked in his life to dispel that. And they ended up moving Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, whether that's because he pressured them or not, but at the same time, he still took it the right way. Competition should bring out the best in people. If I have a job, no matter what it is that I do, and you bring somebody in and you say, I want you to train them because they're going to take your job, of course I'm going to be pissed. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my job better so you can look back and say, I don't know if we should even get rid of this guy. Good for Jimmy Garoppolo and a good problem for the 49ers to have because if he plays well, they win games. And that's all that 49er fans should be worried about at this point.
Also, it's time for him to finally take control of the narrative of his life. He got drafted by the Patriots, and they're like, hey, man, you're the heir apparent. Just shut up. You're going to be the next Tom Brady. Just sit there, smile, be handsome, and play well, and shut up. Don't say anything. He's like, I got that. I could do that. And he was great at that. And then he came to the Niners, and they're like, hey, man, you played great for 5 games. We're going to give you $100 million. Just shut up and be the face of the franchise, and you're going to be set for life, and your career is going to be a fairy tale. And he's like, all right, man, my life has been a fairy tale. It really was. His life was a fairy tale from like 22 to 28. He went from being just a guy at a Division II school who had a good year to being the heir apparent to Tom Brady, to being the $100 million man who almost won a Super Bowl, to being thrown out of the freaking door. And everyone's saying, man, you're not good enough anymore. You're old. You're injury prone. You're done. And the Niners are saying, yeah, we've given up on you. Now it's all about Trey Lance. And now you're here to mentor Trey. You're here to be a bridge. And he finally came out and was like, you know what? I don't care what the Niners are saying. I don't care what their narrative is. The narrative here is, this is my team. I'm here to play. I'm going to win. I was like, wow, man, this guy has his own perspective. Oh my God. Look at him. It's like, I just met you. Wow.
Honestly, I'm rooting for Jimmy Garoppolo purely for chaos. If he goes out there and all of a sudden takes a step from 2019 and becomes exactly who, the big Jimmy G apologists believe he can be, then what a story. How does this story play out? And how much more content will we have based off of this? And at the end of the day, the 49ers will win games. And that's what 49er fans should be excited about. No more worrying about the cap. No. It's not about banking on it. It's about rooting for something. I'm not banking on
absolutely.
it. I'm done spending money on stuff. I'm done banking on anything. I'm done with it, at this point. But Jimmy Garoppolo playing well not only gives us more to talk about, but it becomes so interesting and so compelling. It's literally a soap opera at this point. I loved what I heard from him in that press conference. Again, that could be all talk. That's fine. But he's saying all the right things, and that's all he's got to do right now at this point.
Right. I'm not saying he's going to be like more durable or that he's going to be better, but I just feel like this experience in his life has brought out a personality in him. And I'm so glad it has, because I like it. It's a very endearing personality. He's always had a coolness about him. People compare that to him. That's why he kind of gets the Joe Montana comparison.
The Joe Montana thing.
He's got the coolness, but it's like, dude, I always compare him to Derek Zoolander. I'm like, there's nothing there, man. Say something. And now it's like, okay, you're not Derek Zoolander anymore, man. I take it back. You're now Jimmy Garoppolo. You have just become Jimmy Garoppolo, man. Good for you.
One more thing that he does on the field that shows that he kind of thrives under adversity is after he throws those interceptions, he comes right back out and he's boom, boom, boom down the field. So that's really good too. So maybe he works better under adversity. Maybe this is exactly the kick in the pants. Exactly. When the pressure's on, pressure makes diamonds, right? Pressure busts pipes and they make diamonds. So what are you going to make out of it? It's up to you, Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm glad he's already talking the right way.
Let me tell you something real quick. I keep trying to relate to Jimmy. I have nothing in common with Jimmy. He's much better looking, much richer than me. But look, I got the job at the PD young. Like he got the job at the Patriots young. I always thought I was going to be the heir apparent to my dad. I thought they would groom me. My dad would retire. I would get a full-time job as a columnist or as a Niner guy. I didn't get it. They said, Grant, we don't got it for you, man. We don't got it for you. And that was about at 29. And that could have been like, well, I don't see any path to a full-time job anywhere. Like Athletic doesn't want me. I've applied there a few times. Chronicle doesn't want me. I've applied there a few times. No one wants me. I'm out. Like I'm about to crap out. And then all this has happened since. So you never know what's going to happen until you get put in a situation like that. It might bring out the best in Jimmy Garoppolo. Brought the best in me.
I hope so too. And he's saying everything correct right now, honestly. Like I said, this is a great problem for the 49ers to have at this point. It's just here's the problem. Trey hasn't played. If Jimmy Garoppolo plays so well that Trey doesn't play another year, let's even say worst case scenario, 2 years as Jed York. So Jed York saying the 2 years thing, that's him covering his bases and covering himself, because if it does happen, he can always say, remember, well, I told you guys, he could be sitting for 2 years. The problem is, when does that get in the way of Trey Lance? And that's what makes it so interesting. And that's what I think makes it so compelling.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to be the best offseason ever. Jeremy says, nah, he's just 100% healthy and confident. Come on, man. How many came back from a knee injury like that and balled with McGlinch pretend blocking? I love when you get like a really serious comment and then the last 3 words just got that zinger for you. Yeah, pretend blocking is a good call. I don't know. I don't know. If he's finally over the knee thing and he can play like he did in 2017, then the Niners have the best problem ever on their hands. But they probably should have known that before they traded the whole future for Trey Lance. Did that? I don't know. It kind of feels like, I don't know, man. They could have just had Kellen Mond in round 3. I don't know. Did I go away? Am I still here? Here?
It was me, I think. It was me. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I think we've done enough speculation. Niner fans are not really appreciative of our. This is just a collegiate style workshop discussion. Don't get worked up. We still think Trey. Let's do this for the fans real quick. We think Trey Lance is going to be good. You say it, Jason.
I think he's going to be great.
I think he's going to be really good, guys. Don't worry. We're just having discussions here. If you don't feel emotionally ready, don't come back next time. I don't mean to kick you away. I'm just saying this is high level stuff. You need to be really emotionally secure to talk about stuff like this.
Honestly, it's just a discussion. You can't really overreact to, if Jimmy Garoppolo went out and lit up the world at OTAs and was like 30 for 30, let's just say, it doesn't mean that he's ready to tear the league up. In the same way that if Trey Lance throws an interception or throws a high pass, doesn't mean he's going to be bad, guys. Trey Lance is going to be fine. Don't overreact to week one, the week one, day one. No, honestly, he's going to be great. He's going to be great.
All right, that's our show. I really appreciate you guys humoring my constant comparison of myself to Jimmy Garoppolo, which is just laughable if you think
when you said that he's a little bit more handsome than you, I think you got to give yourself a little bit more credit, Grant. Just a little bit more, man.
Thanks, man. Earlier, Amin asked a question. I went past it, but he said, Grant, can you grow a luscious beard like Jason? No, I can't. I always stick with the stubble because it's a little splotchier. And then I got on my left side, there's a swirl. You know how most people have it like on the back of their neck
Right.
somewhere. No, it's on my face. It's right on my face. So no beard for me. Not gonna happen.
The only reason that I was able to grow whatever this is that's called a beard is because the world ended, basically, and there was no barber to go to. So by the time I got to my barber was like, "Do you want to just keep it?" I was like, "All right, I guess." I was like, "Can I?" And whatever. But here we are. So no big deal.
I always looked forward to the day I could grow a beard, and then I started in college, and I was like, "What the hell is this? What the hell is that? Come on! Waited 20 years to get a swirl on my face. All right, that's all right.
Oh my god,
the stubble works for me though.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
Hold on, one more, and then we gotta go.
Okay.
If you think Lance will be good, then discuss that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, people are so mad.
Why?
Hey,
but what did we say though? I don't understand. Like I don't think that we in any way talk bad about him, because how can you talk bad about him after just one day of OTAs? There's nothing to talk bad about. All the things we talked about are still going to be happening anyway. If he went out there, like I said, in day one of OTAs, and let's just say he ripped it up, that doesn't mean that any of that changes. That doesn't mean that the idea that maybe it was too much to move up to 3, that maybe he's going to be held up to Justin Fields and Mac. None of that changes. Yeah.
Love Grant, but this is where he starts to get whacked.